A very cheerful morning to all my dear students. I welcome back to you all in the second term. Let's start our day with a beautiful quote. A new day also means a new beginning. Forget about the past and start fresh. Let's start our second term with Geography portion, Chapter 5, Major Domains of the Earth. Now children, before starting the chapter, let me clear you all the meaning of domains. Domains means areas, okay? And it is also known as realms, REALMS. So let's start. So children, in the previous chapters, we have already learned that Earth is a unique planet. Why? Because it is the only planet known to have human life, plant life or animal life, okay? And why life is possible on this earth or on this planet? Because of the availability of land, water and air. These are the main three components or the elements which are available on earth, or you can say that these are the three domains that sustain life on earth. Now I hope you have understood the meaning of domain now. Now children, scientists describe the earth in terms of spheres. They are the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere respectively. Now children, in this image you can see the fourth sphere also, which is known as biosphere. So what is biosphere? It is the fourth realm of the earth, found in the narrow zone where the three realms come in contact with one another. It is called biosphere. This is where all form of life, both plants and animals' life, exist. I hope all the four domains or the spheres are clear to you all now. So now let's study the four domains in details. The very first is lithosphere. Now children, the word lithosphere is derived from the Greek word lithos, which means stone or rock. The hard crust forms the outer solid surface of the earth on which we live, and it is known as lithosphere. Children, lithosphere includes the thin layers of soil which contains various nutrients that help to grow the vegetation, okay? And the lithosphere is broadly divided into two major divisions, that is continents and oceans. Now, the continents can be defined as the huge land masses rising above the sea level. These continents are separated from one another by huge water bodies. Now children, in this image you can see there are 7 continents on the earth, namely Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe and Australia. All these continents are connected with water bodies, and all the water bodies are connected with one another. Now children, let's study all the continents in the detail. The very first continent is Asia. It lies in the northern and eastern hemispheres and covers about 1/3 of Earth's surface. So, it is the largest continent. It is the home of the half of the world's population. The number of highest peaks of the world lies in Asia. Mount Everest, the highest mountain peak of the world, lies in this continent. It is 8,848 meters above the sea level. Asia is surrounded by the Pacific Ocean in the east, Indian Ocean in the south, and Arctic Ocean in the north. In its western side, there are Ural Mountains. Both Ural Mountains and Ural River are considered as the natural boundaries between Asia and Europe. The combined land mass of Europe and Asia is called the Eurasia. Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 north, and the equator 0 latitude passes through the continent. India lies in Asia continent. Now, children, next continent that we'll study is Europe. Europe is much smaller than Asia. The continent lies to the west of Asia. The Arctic Circle passes through it. It is bound by water bodies on three sides. The next continent is Africa. Africa is the second largest continent after Asia. The equator or 0-degree latitude runs almost through the middle of the continent. A large part of Africa lies in northern hemisphere. It is the only continent through which the Tropic of Cancer, the equator, and the Tropic of Capricorn passes. The Sahara Desert, the world's largest hot desert, is located in Africa. The continent is bound on all sides by oceans and seas. The world's longest river, the Nile, flows through Africa. Next continent is North America. North America is the third largest continent of the world. It is linked to the South America by a very narrow strip of land called the Isthmus of Panama. The continent lies completely in the northern and western hemisphere. Three oceans surround this continent. Our next continent is South America. South America lies in southern hemisphere. It is fourth largest continent and roughly triangular in shape. Equator 0-degree latitude and Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degrees south passes through this continent. It has Atlantic Ocean in the east, Pacific Ocean in the west, and Southern Ocean in the south. It is the home of the world's largest river, the Amazon. The Andes mountain range, which runs through its length from north to south, is the longest mountain range in the world. Our next continent is Australia. It is the smallest continent that lies entirely in the southern hemisphere. It is the only continent that is surrounded by water bodies from all four sides. Australia is also known as island continent. Next and last continent is Antarctica. Antarctica lies completely in southern hemisphere. South Pole lies almost at the center of this continent. Thick layer of ice is permanently found on this continent. It is the only uninhabited continent in the world. There is no permanent human settlement here. India and many other countries have set up their research centers on it. Maitri and Dakshin Gangotri are the main research stations of India at Antarctica. Now children, let's talk about the next sphere of the earth, which is hydrosphere. Now children, the word hydrosphere is derived from the Greek word hydro, which means water. The part of the earth covered with water is known as the hydrosphere. Almost 71% of the earth is covered with water and only 29% is with land. That is why the earth is also called the blue planet. The hydrosphere consists of water in all forms, that is, ice water and water vapor. It includes oceans, seas, bays, lakes, rivers, glaciers, underground water, water vapors in the atmosphere. So children, out of the total water available on earth, can you imagine oceans alone contain 97% of it? It is very salty for human use. About 2% of the total water is in the form of ice sheets, glaciers, and under the ground. So, only 0.03% is available as fresh water for human use. That is why, despite being a blue planet, we face shortage of water. Now, children, let's read a little bit about oceans. Vast stretches of water is known as the oceans. They are the major part of the hydrosphere. The ocean water is not static. Not static means it is always in movement. Children, there are three chief movements of the water. Okay, they are ocean currents, waves, and tides. Children, there are 5 major oceans in the world. As in the image, you all can see the continents as well as the oceans. They are Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and Antarctic or Southern Ocean. Now, children, out of these oceans, Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest ocean in the world. It covers almost 1/3 of the earth and its shape is circular. Mariana Trench is the world's deepest part of the earth lies in this ocean, and Asia and Australia are situated on its west side, while North and South America are lying in the eastern side. Next is Atlantic Ocean. It is the second largest ocean and it is S-shaped ocean. It has a very long and intended coastline that provides good sites for sheltered harbor and seaports. So, and because of this, it is the busiest trade and commerce route of the world. Next is Indian Ocean, and it is the third largest ocean in the world. It is the only ocean in the world which is named after a country, India. The shape of the ocean is almost triangular. In the north, it is bounded by Asia, in the west by Africa, in the east by Australia. Next is Southern Ocean. This ocean is the extent of 3 oceans: Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean. Next and last ocean is Arctic Ocean. It is the second smallest ocean in the world, and it is connected to the Pacific Ocean by a narrow stretch of shallow water known as Bering Strait. The Arctic Ocean lies around the North Pole, and it is bounded by a northern coast of North America and Eurasia. Its average depth is about 1,260 meters. Next domain of the earth or next sphere of the earth is atmosphere. So what is atmosphere? The earth is surrounded by a layer of gas called the atmosphere. Atmosphere provides us with the air we breathe and protects us from the harmful effects of sun rays. Children, the atmosphere extends up to the height of about 1600 kilometers. The atmosphere is divided into 5 layers based on composition, temperature, and other properties. These layers, starting from the Earth's surface, are called troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Now, children, the atmosphere is composed mainly of nitrogen and oxygen, which makes up about 99% of clean, dry air. Now, children, nitrogen is 78% in the atmosphere, oxygen is 21% in the atmosphere, and other gases like carbon dioxide, argon, and other comprises 1% by volume. Now, children, density of atmosphere varies with the height. Okay. Now, if it is maximum at the sea level and decreases rapidly as we go up towards the mountainous areas. That is why you must have seen the climbers who climb the mountains, they experience problems in breathing. This is due to decrease in the density of air. So children, along with the atmospheric pressure, the temperature also decreases as we move towards the mountainous areas. Okay, the atmosphere exerts pressure on the earth. This varies from place to place. Some areas experience high pressure and some areas low pressure. Children, always remember, air moves from high pressure to low pressure. So moving air is known as wind. Now children, let's see the last sphere of the earth, which is biosphere. So the word biosphere is derived from an ancient Greek word bios, meaning life. Thus, biosphere refers to part of the earth in which life exists. For the evolution and survival of life, we need three things, that is, land, water, and air. So, children, the three domains of the earth interact with each other and affect each other in some way or the other. So, children, if we destroy any one of the sphere, the other gets affected automatically. So, it is our human duty to protect all the spheres of the earth. Children, you all must be aware of the term global warming. So, what it is? It is the sudden increase in the temperature by the factory outlets or the pollution created by vehicles and other things. All these things pollute the air. So, there is a need to limit the use of resources of the earth to maintain the balance of nature between the domains of the lithosphere, the atmosphere, and the hydrosphere. I hope you have understood the chapter. Thank you.